Good morning, viewers at home. Welcome to the program SuperDawn. I am Vera Osopo with you on this Monday edition of the program. Well, this is Monday, and loads of people are out there trying to survive in Nigeria. Today on this program, we're going to look at achieving true democracy. If you look through definitions of democracy, Abraham Lincoln has the simplest definition of democracy. Democracy of the people, by the people, and for the people. This is very easy to memorize and to understand. So today we're going to be looking at true democracy, especially after the demise of the military regime where democratic rule started. Yes, we're going to look at all of that this morning. And I'm not alone.
Well, I am Anthony Usaiwowo. Good morning to the world. Good morning to our viewers out there. Good morning, Vera, and blessed I'm going to say.
Good morning, this morning. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Vera. Good morning to you wherever you're joining us. It's blessed I'm going to say, reporting for duty this super Monday morning.
Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
And I hope you had a bit of rest over the weekend.
Yeah, Sunday does it for me. Sunday does it for me.
I don't know if I rest on Sunday, but I know that I have to go to church, and as a leader in church, after church, you wait and do some other things. But all the same, is better than running very early like today. Today is Monday. If you don't leave very early hours of the morning, before 5, I might not just be here.
Yeah,
you know, and I like to do my work. It's a Monday morning, and we're going to take you through a sweet and a wonderful day this morning, starting from this first live program of Super Screen Television. First, we go on this break. What we do on this show is take you through some of the stories making the rounds. And the weekend had loads of events. Is it the sporting world and the primaries of the APC? Loads of things happened over this weekend, and so we'll take you through. It's going to definitely be in the papers this morning, and we want you to call. The phone lines are open right now. So we're starting with the phone lines. You can call, and whatever you think you need to contribute on, please watch your words. It's a sweet Monday morning and a favorable month, yes. And I want all of us to just have it the way we want to have it, but please don't use the wrong choice of words. Well, we'll go on this break. When we come back, we'll look through the papers this morning. Stay with us.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Super Screen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back. Well, this is the newspaper review segment this morning, and we want to start with the Daily Trust. And this story says Nigerians' elections among world most expensive. Nigerians' elections are among the most expensive in the world, with the cost soaring from a little above 1 billion in 1999 to over 100 billion in 2015. Investigation by the Daily Trust have shown. If you get hold of the Daily Trust this morning, you see a graphics of how we started spending and where we are today. Also in the papers, we have this one, very interesting this morning, and it says here, Buhari holds emergency meeting with Saraki Dogora today. Well, the President Muhammadu Buhari will today meet the Senate President Bukola Saraki and the Speaker Yakubu Dogora. Daily Trust gathered last night. A source close to the leadership of the National Assembly said the two presiding officers were invited by President for the meeting without stating the agenda. Well, we don't know why that call came in, but I think it's very important, very expedient, especially now in the country where loads of things are happening. We also have this one: court urged to void Dangote's mining field acquisition. And so in the papers, Jonah Jung honors ICPC invitation. This came in from the officials. Yeah, he was invited to come and to say some of these things. You know, when it comes to on the ICPC, you just go for investigation and, well, interrogation, and you give your own part of the story. If you're free, but if not, you'll be somewhere. We also have this not a good story in Bauchi, and it says tanker crushes baby in Bauchi. Police arrest 8 suspected cultists in Anambra. A special anti-cultism squad, the Sparks of the Anambra Police Command, says it has arrested 8 suspected cultists at the village in Anyanku community, at the local government of Anyamulu local government area of the state. The Sparks commander, CSP Christopher Bassi, told the news agency of Nigeria NAN on Sunday in Onitsha that the suspects were apprehended following a tip-off. This is commendable. Well, if you are in court, that's not what your parents sent you to go and do in school. We also have this one: Benue attacks Hausa Community Lounge autumn visit. The Sariki Hausawa of Makurdi, Alhaji Bello Salisu, had commended Benue State Governor Samuel Otum for visiting and sympathizing with the Hausa community over the recent attack on the community. Someone said, Vera, you guys don't talk about this when Muslims are killed. It's only Christians. I said, no. And we're taking this story again. If you follow our story every day, we do not, we're not sunlining any side of it. Killing is killing. People are losing lives, and we're not happy about it. From the IRI, it says here, that's the International Republic Institutes. It says we will recreate opportunities to strengthen democracy. Everybody is talking about strengthening of democracy, which is very important.
It's something that we should indulge in. We have to understand that this should be a democratic society, and it's only right that we promote this, the act of true democracy.
Okay, that's very true. If we say we want a better country, if we say we do not want the military to take over, I think we need to do the needful.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Exactly. We are in a democratic era now, and I don't think it will be right for us to be living as if we are in the military regime and we are not practicing true democracy as we ought to. So I strongly believe in that, and let's see what comes out of it. Okay,
we have this one. After PDP Southwest rally, APC member sweeps Osogbo streets. Very interesting. That's the beauty of democracy, where you begin to see loads of things happening. Members of the All Progressive Congress, APC in Osun State, yesterday trooped out in large numbers and swept major streets of Osogbo, the state capital, a day after the Southwest rally of the People's Democratic Party. Well, you know what PTB is and what APC stands on, the broom.
Yeah, exactly.
PDP had a rally, and what they did next was to just sweep it off. Well, this is part of the show of politics anyway.
True. Okay, from the Nation's newspaper, we have here, Lagos begins payment of 6 billion naira compensation. And that's on page 11 of the newspaper, The Nation's. The Lagos state government is paying owners of properties on the right of lease, ROW, of various constructions of over 6 billion naira. State Land Bureau Ikeja, the capital, is handling payments which began last Friday at Alausa. At the venue, over 100,000 recipients were awaiting verification. Mr. Wakemi Olawaju, a beneficiary, said the process had been transparent and everything has been all right. Explaining the process, Olawaju said after verification, a recipient is told to expect an alert within days.
Okay, but I know about that story where when government want to build infrastructure, you know, you have a landed piece. Well, they are supposed to give you at least some of this monies so that you can relocate. But most of the times you don't see that happen. You know, people just just break up everything, demolish everything, and some people keep crying. But for Lagos State, I think this is commendable, where you saw where they demolished buildings, and they also give you monies for to compensate you, which is commendable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because where do you want them to get monies again?
Exactly.
Where are you going to get money to build? Because the same amount you did 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it's not going to be the same today.
Sure, certainly.
Okay, here it says, cleric urges federal government to end innocent killings. The Bishop of Diocese of Lagos Mainland of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, Reverend Akinpelu Johnson, has urged the federal government to end the killings. Johnson spoke at the year's pre-synagogue breakfast fellowship at the Ibitometa in Lagos. The gathering was to start a presentation for the third session of its fourth synod. Well, I think it's a good thing right now that clerics are getting involved in this, and you're airing their views out, urging the federal government. We understand that even the federal government, there are people in power that respect these people than the religious leaders. So I think it's a good thing because they have a voice. And yes, we're just even talking about on this program, how would it be if a pastor comes out to be president?
No, it doesn't matter. We need a change. If you feel you can lead, it doesn't matter what your titles are. Certainly. If you can lead, you can lead. A pastor, yes, a pastor can actually lead.
But I still do not understand why we don't allow religious leaders to go into politics.
I don't think we do not allow them. Nobody, we've seen where Pastor Tunde Bakari wanted to come up before. They don't, no law says he shouldn't come.
We get to hear some religious bodies say it is not right for Christians to go into politics.
No, I don't. It depends on their doctrines.
Back in the days when the Roman Catholic Church used to be the empire, you know, and the Pope, used to be the ruler of the country. So it's. I think. If you can lead, if you have the right quality.
Certainly.
So
but you know, churches have doctrines, and these doctrines at times affect individuals.
Certainly.
But if you have the quality, if you think you can give what it takes to move a nation forward, why not? Are you saying I can be a leader?
Our vice president is also a pastor.
It's a pastor. So it doesn't matter the religion, but I know what matters is begin to preach the correct things.
Exactly.
Preach, let people know their responsibilities. Let people know that bad thing is bad. Once it's called bad, there's no other better word for bad. Bad is bad. It's just bad.
All right.
Okay, we have here shootings as APC leaders meet in Anambra. It was rowdy yesterday at Finotel Hotel in Awka, venue of the Anambra State All Progressive Congress APC World Congress. Thugs and security men who thronged the arena were shooting. APC leaders accused Labour and Employment Minister Chris Ngige of plotting to hijack materials for the World Congress, which did not take place in the state on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I know that lots of states had issues with just the primary, and the question now is, if this is happening
already
in primaries, it was a litmus test anyway, but lots of people failed that test. If this is happening in primaries, what's going to happen when it's the state and the federal? I just wondered, I went through it, lots of friends, colleagues called me to say they were at the venue at different points and say, Vera, this is sad news, where we cannot just hold the primary. And some people were just disturbing. Even the story you gave, Chris Ngige was almost attacked yesterday. He escaped that. I don't think this is, at this point of democracy in Nigeria, we should be in this level.
I think this is a wake-up call to the president, to the federal government, the security agencies. They need to step up their game. What I mean is they need to do more, because if this could be happening at the
primary
ground
level, yeah.
then what do we expect?
I don't think it's just for the top people. I don't think it's for an individual.
The journalists, the media.
It's not just only the media. It's an individual thing. It's for the electorate to know that you cannot just kill yourself because of a party of an individual. For the electorate to know that you're being used to destroy yourselves and your family. If you lose, some people lost their lives anyway in this primaries. Why must I get a scar for a lifetime because of primaries? Because the people involved, they have people with security agencies protecting them. You don't have any more balls, so to speak, to protect you. So why must you fight over primaries? Is it by force? Must your leader take the role? I mean, it's just an awareness that we must begin to tell our children as they grow up. It's an awareness where we must begin to tell people in our communities, estates, communities must begin to sit on a round table and talk.
Yeah.
And the local governments must have town hall meetings.
Certainly.
It is dirty. And I keep telling people, take a cue from Lagos State.
Yeah.
I don't think that can even happen in Lagos.
It's a state where things work.
No, it just works because there are structures.
Yeah.
There are structures.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need for us to have true democracy. When the structures or the system are being faulty, you don't expect much from them. You really don't expect much from them. And that's why we keep having problem in our democratic system of running our government.
No, because I think in Lagos State we have people that are more sensitized. We have a different way of thinking. Our mentality is a little bit different from.
Do you think we have people that are more aware of what it takes? No. It's just a structure in place. The leaders know that if you make a mistake, you're gone. You understand?
Definitely.
Because someone has taken time to make a system work.
That's it.
And so if you are in a state and you're the #1 person in the state, or you're a national party leader or a chairman, there must be structures in place. I just saw that there wasn't structure. They got people that are not, it wasn't well. Because what will make a primary is get this bad if you have well structured in place.
That's true.
There were no structure in place.
Okay, for the last story today on the Nation's newspaper, we have here how to identify suicide bombers. This is from Buratai. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tuko Buratai yesterday gave tips on how to identify suicide bombers. Speaking during a visit, I'll just go down to the paragraph where he explained. He said, "This is a time where we should reflect on what went wrong and ensure that it does not happen again. The situation requires vigilance. Suicide bombers disguise in different ways. People can identify them by abnormal way they dress. Therefore, people should be vigilant. Because of improvements in security situations, people have relaxed, but it is now they should reflect on their past mistakes. They should be continued relationship with security agencies and provisions of necessary information."
Yeah, security experts has always said that there are ways you see suicide bombers, the way their dispositions are. You will just know that this group of persons are suicide bombers.
But we just know how,
the way they are not comfortable. There's a particular picture over the weekend. There were a particular picture over the weekend, the latest suicide bomber they showed, where he was wearing a sweatshirt in a very hot weather, and his hands was in his pocket. And the way he stood, he was uncomfortable, he was going through and through. Those are the signs you get to know that on your street, if you see someone not very comfortable, he's just going to and fro and is dressed in a funny way. They usually wear a very bogus shirt or whatever. So they put in the gun, inside. You might not know, but they're just not comfortable. They look as though they've taken drugs, cocaine or something. So those are the things security experts have told us to watch out for. If you see one and strange movement in your areas, you can alert the police.
Alert the police. Make sure you're friends with the security agencies. Make sure that you send information as fast as possible. But when you look at these things, when we used to hear about back in the days when we used to be kids, we heard about suicide bombers. Someone goes to you know, the days of Osama bin Laden, someone goes to some place, in a public place, a train station, and just, you know,
detonates
the
bomb.
You kill yourself. You kill yourself. And we used to laugh at it then. We would say, it can never be a Nigerian. A Nigerian, an African, will never take his life because you want to, whatever brainwashing
it's already happening.
You know, but it's already happening.
Well, I think it's a
mindset.
I think is someone is being brainwashed.
Yeah.
My brothers, if you're brainwashed, it is something else, because someone is making you believe that is real. It's not a mirage.
Yeah,
it's something that someone is inculcating into your brains for you to think is the right. Sometimes they even tell you that if you do all of these things, you go to heaven. And so you foolishly want to carry out this kind of operation, killing yourself, putting your family in trauma. I don't think. Let's get another story.
All right, now we're starting off with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, we really don't have too much stories, but inside the pages of the Vanguard newspaper, we have a lot of stories to read out to you. But I'm starting off with the headline this morning, and it says, attack on Kaduna community claims 48. And the writer says, police confirm 45 dead. Now, the story reads, no fewer than 48 bodies have been recovered from Gwaskal village in Benin, Gwari local government area of Kaduna State following Saturday attack on the community by bandits. The gunmen also killed the Sakim Fawa, which is the head of the local vigilante group, who was on his way back to the village. The bandits attacked Gwaskal village about 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, residents of the council said. And this came barely 48 hours after the IGP of police and Mohammed, General Officer Commanding Division 1 of the Nigerian Army, Kaduna, visited that same particular area. And I'm bothered here why we keep having such reprisal attacks on these areas, and it's as if our security agencies are not getting the necessary intelligence surrounding the security of lives within that area. And report also says that the IGP and the commander, the officer commanding the Division 1 of that particular area just left that area before this incident took place.
So it was kind of similar to the Chibok girls thing, where the army had left, and immediately they left, that was when they struck. So now it's a thing that, I don't know, maybe this needs to be looked into, like,
well, when people keep, when this kind of story comes up, I heard it over the weekend, and that's why in my introduction I said loads of things happened over the weekend, and you begin to wonder, what kind of country is this?
Yeah.
Who will want to make his own people uncomfortable? We're not talking about a person. We're talking about 45 bodies.
Yeah.
45 bodies. From the CP said 45. And let's just leave about the other three. They said 48. But from the CP, the police commissioner said 45. These are bodies. And when I heard it over the weekend, I said, this is just too many to be true. We cannot continue to live like this in a country. And that's why when you go get to the international airport, you see drones of people just getting out. It is not good for us. It's not even good for our being. We're not used to this kind of lifestyle.
Yes.
And I think if you are the one masterminding, or you are the one encouraging people to kill people, one day you'll die. I think we should just stop it.
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
During the Dino Milai case, the senators, about 2 senators said, if the police could actually be deployed to his house, that amount of police,
About 100 policemen.
then why can't they just redeploy policemen or security agencies down to these places where attacks?
I think we have security police, we have battalions, we have barracks around all of these areas. What I'm saying here is we're not really going into the causes of this menace.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't believe that the military, the Nigerian army, cannot handle, all the police cannot handle. I refuse not to take that they cannot. Lots of people said, hey, maybe these people are outsmarting our police force. But I disagree. I think we should do intelligence gathering. I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah, that's it.
We should go into the interior and maybe disguise and get some information.
I think I love that if we're going to disguise ourselves, that these police personnel are not disguising themselves into this locality, trying to get more information to find out where this these people are coming from, how they're getting the information, and the strategy of attacking. I strongly believe they're going to nip it in the bud in a more strategic way. But still on the Vanguard this morning, declare public holidays for PVC's collection, and that's Tinubu telling the FG. The lawmaker representing Lagos Central Senatorial District, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, yesterday urged the federal government to declare public holidays for collection of permanent voters card PVCs ahead of the December 2018 deadline. Oluremi, in a statement in Lagos, said the PVCs were the tools to participate in the forthcoming 2019 general election. If you ask me, I think this is a welcome development.
I agree.
Why do you think they should make a public holiday just to collect?
If you give a day or two, let's just say a Thursday on a Friday, or a Friday on a Saturday for people to go out and get their PVCs, it's a welcome development to have more people participate in this forthcoming election. As we speak, a lot of people have not collected their PVCs, because and your PVCs is the only asset you have to be a credible, eligible voter in this forthcoming election. A lot of people are busy. Some people will tell you, oh, I don't have the time, work.
But do you think, if you're comfortable with what is happening in Nigeria, do you think anything is going to stop you from also getting your PVC to say, hey, I want a continuation?
No,
do you think there must be a day for you to be set aside? I'm not saying it's not a good idea, but I'm just saying, if you know you want to create something different, or you want to stand by with what you believe in, you do not have to be forced. Especially with what is going on in this country.
I don't think
lots of people have said this administration has done so well.
God bless you.
Why not make, although Sunday is not a working day, but why not make Sunday?
But you know, the access of getting this PVC is not as easy as you and I think it is. Some people have to go through a lot of long queues and all that. So if you give them a very reasonable amount of time for them to, okay, fine, I'm not going to work today.
And some people, even when you give them 1 year,
I know if I'm going to spend the rest of today, okay, I'm going to collect my PVC, so I'm going to be on that queue.
Some people, if you give them 1 year, my dear,
I'm going to be on that queue. Those are those who are not willing.
Some people, if you give them 1 year,
but we don't have the time.
I am not advertising for Etiosa local government.
Okay.
But do you know that some people get there as early as 7 a.m. because, one, they tell you, I want a continuation of this administration. Some will tell you, I am tired, I must get my PVC. And this, when you get there, because I was there, and you begin to hear people talking, I said, really, as Nigeria waking up from slumber, are we really ready? Because you see some people telling you, nothing is going to stop me from casting my vote. Yeah. So it is a mindset thing again. Let all of us get PVC, even if they make it extra holiday. Will that be enough for all of us to troop in there? So if you have a day off from work, or you know that is very important, you can take permission from your boss to say, hey, I must get, I don't think any boss will stop you from going to get your PVC. But what I think is this is happening there is, at times you get there, the PVC machine is not charged. And so you have issues of electricity. At times you get there, they tell you they are not yet there. You're expecting them to get to work 8 o'clock. And you're there 10 o'clock, they are just strolling in. And so lots of people are there already waiting. So break, no break, what I think will happen to Nigerians is, come get your PVC, break, no break.
Regardless.
Take opportunity, I got mine by fire, man.
Definitely.
I said I was going to cast my vote, but I don't know.
Maybe your work give you that time. Maybe it gives you that time.
How? When I'm here Monday to Friday?
As I say, you have to look for a way to sneak out to get your PVC. But
I'm with you. I'm also with her. regardless, time, no time.
No time.
It's okay.
Get a PVC.
Just go
We
ahead
must all
there.
get our
Go
PVC.
ahead there and get your
I don't want to
PVC.
tell you why, but we must all get our PVCs.
Go out there and
Let's
get
go
your
on
PVCs.
this break. Okay, before we go, there's a caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Well, maybe, I don't know, but try. But let's go on this break.
Okay, and finally,
Okay,
on
okay.
the financial Guardian Vanguard this morning, companies struggle to make profits due to slow economic recovery.
Who
Find
struggles?
all these and more.
Who?
Companies struggles to make profits due to the slow economic recovery. All these
Who
are what you
is
find
not
out
struggling?
on the
Who
Vanguard
is not struggling?
newspaper this
Who
morning.
is not struggling? Companies like us that must be on diesel almost 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I was discussing with someone yesterday. I said, you must be part of my company. You must bring your advert. And he said, why are you insisting? I said, you know what? If you bring your adverts, we have loads of people watching super screen television. Because we are not just like other stations. We are unique in our own ways. We try to give to the grassroots. We go downwards. We don't want to believe that it's just for the elites alone. We want to tell everybody around us that, hey, there's a change here.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I said, why? I said, do you know what? You know, we start bargaining. And he said, it's a bit high. I said, but this is the most affordable station you can get. And I said, I told the man that, hey, not just the most affordable. And I said, but why not just, okay, can we partner? I said, partnership? 100% no, because we have to be on diesel almost 24 hours, and that's money. And that's what we're saying, that companies are really gasping, you know, they're trying to stay aloof, trying to survive in times like this. And we pray that the economy will be stable so that you can get more people employed and you can increase salary, for God's sake. But we'll take this one before we go on that break. And this from the Punch, it says, Ekiti, Oni, Ojodu, attack Fayemi. APC wants primary concluded. And the writer is saying, party meetings turned violent in Anambra as Igige escaped attack. That happened in Anambra State, also happened while Ekiti gave us another, in fact, I didn't believe that could even happen in Ekiti State, because I know that there are loads of educated people in Ekiti, but what that primary turned out to be was a surprise to many. And we also have here, bandits kill 45 in Kaduna village, says CP. Finally, I will just take this one, and it didn't help us at all. And it says, rainstorms force power generation down by 1,148 megawatts. You need to get all of the Punch to read more. Well, we'll go on this break now. We'll end this segment. You can also still call us, and we want to look at true democracy. Can we achieve that? Let's go on the break. We'll be right back.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us. SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us. SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Superscreen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.
Welcome back, where we want to look at achieving true democracy in Nigeria. Since restoration of democratic rule, it has been periodic and it has been orderly. If you look through our election from 1999 to 2015, and up till now, it has been uninterrupted system. But we want to look at how we can achieve true democracy in Nigeria of today. We have a guest in the studios. We have Reverend Peace Innocent with us. He's a media consultant. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Vera. Thanks for inviting me.
Good morning,
my brother.
We're looking at achieving true democracy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
With what is going on in Nigeria so far, do you think we can get that done?
Well, Vera, I have to be very, very truthful with you here. Because one thing about us here in the country is that we hate telling ourselves the truth. Even as it stands now, truth, quote unquote, is now kind of crossing the red line or hate speech. So, but looking at the situation on ground, I don't even think we should be talking about democracy, because it is human beings that practices democracy. Animals don't. And with what is going on, we are even living as lesser as an animals. Because when you look at what is going on, as we are talking about democracy here now, people are being killed. Ethnic cleansing is going on. Islamization agenda is going on. People are being displaced from their various communities, their farms, their houses, and you can't be chasing rat when your house is on fire. That is what I believe. But coming back to what we are talking about, do we even have democracy?
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. Does it really qualify to be called democracy with what is going on?
We don't
Does it
have
qualify
democracy.
to say we have democracy?
The democracy we are practicing here is as fake as Nigeria itself. Because Obafemi Awolowo sometimes said that Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression, and nobody took that serious. Nobody asked questions. We are not asking questions. Why are things the way it is today? Why are things the way it is? Why are people being killed? As I'm talking to you, Buhari is sending
President Buhari
to the southeast, the most peaceful region. According to the UN report, in Nigeria today, he is sending 4 jet fighters down to the southeast, while Fulani herdsmen are having a field day, killing people all over Benue, Taraba.
I have not gotten that report.
It is there. It is there. It's there in the news.
Then we can go ahead.
Yeah. So, and you come to think of it, is this a country? People are being killed somewhere, and you are sending jet fighters to a peaceful region. So what I'm trying to say here is that we are not practicing democracy. An IG of police will be invited to the floor of the Senate. He will refuse to go. Then what kind of democracy are we practicing? You go to the civilized world where we borrowed this democracy, and you see the way things are done. People are allowed to speak their mind, to say things the way they are. But here is, if you talk, you die. Look at what they did to Dino Melaya the other day. Look at the APC primaries. Ngige, a serving minister, barely escaped yesterday from talks. People are being killed in Ekiti, in rivers, in everywhere because of APC primaries. Is that how democracy is being practiced?
So why are we where we are today? What happened?
We are where we are today because we refuse to tell ourselves the truth. We always like to run away from the truth. We always like to run away from the truth. We have refused to sit down and look ourselves eyeball to eyeball and tell ourselves the bitter truth.
Now, sir, before you said so far, with the way you started your speech, now I'd like to ask you, what do you think are the loopholes towards achieving true democracy in Nigeria?
My brother, in the law court, I've been to court severally, court proceedings, and I always hear lawyers say, you can't place anything on nothing. You will talk of having a country, a nation first. That's when the starting point. When you have a nation, when you have a country, when you have a working or workable society, then you now talk of what kind of democracy or what kind of governance are we going to put in place. Yeah. But when you don't have, when you have a completely collapsed system like what we have today, talking about loopholes, it's just like a building that the foundations are always or have completely cracked. It's about to collapse. Then you are talking of how to patch the building. No, you don't patch such building because it will be a mere waste of time.
So where have we gotten it wrong?
Well, like I said before, I wanted to say something about not telling ourselves the truth.
So
when we started this journey of nationhood, there were so many injustices. There were so many things that took place that ought not to take place. And moreover, this country was never wired or intended to work from day one. There is no way you can bring in about 48 or 50% Muslims, about another 50 or 48% Christians, and merge them together. One must have an upper hand. One must be majority. In this country, when Britain were about to leave here, they manufactured or manipulated our census figures, gave power to the northern political elites because they were the ones that are submitting their taxes without hassles and all that. They fell in love with them. And other reasons best known to them, they handed them over Nigeria. They made sure that the north spread as much as Benue, lower Benue, which is not supposed to be. Go to the map, you see how Nigeria is. About 15% of the whole Nigeria is the southern part. The rest is not. You go to the House of Reps, House of the Senate, the governors, they have overwhelming majorities. So, and when you have this kind of situation, you don't expect things to work out normal.
Okay.
You need to restructure. You need to sit down, like I said before. Call it restructure, call it referendum.
We have done that before, haven't we done that?
Done what? If you've done anything
have we not sat down together before? When we did the national conference, we all sat down together, isn't it?
Yes.
We didn't get it right before the time you sat down. And you can't say you are sitting down to talk and there are some no-go areas. The moment you say no-go areas, then you are not talking. Because you will say only the things you want to say or they wanted you to say. But when you come out and say, okay, we need to sit down and discuss the existence of this country. Even Britain, as civilized, as well, things are working fine there, that you still have people who are calling for a referendum, who wants to get out of the union.
Yeah, we saw that happen in South Sudan.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. But let's look at the way forward, looking at how we can get it right. The survival of any nation depends on the good a leader brings on bear to that nation.
Yes.
Anyway, but looking at us surviving this system we're doing, the question now is, how can we forge ahead? How can we just move ahead? How can we live together without being biased to say this is mine and that is mine? How can we achieve it?
Vera, you can't achieve that with this present system. I keep saying it. Building a nation, there are some...
Must we separate ourselves?
There are some ingredients. Listen, let me there are some ingredients that is needed to build a nation. Values, the same value system, core values, understanding what you believe is what I believe. You believe in this nation being one and being equal. But when you have some people who believe that you are, and a cow is even better than you. Some people say they killed our cows and we killed them. Isn't this the kind of people you build a nation with? So you build a nation when you have people of like minds. You build a family, you build a company. Anything you build or you are trying to build in this life, you must do it with people of like minds. You don't build a country when some people's agenda is to kill you, to take over your land, enslave you, Islamize you, and subjugate you. How can you build a country with such people?
So are you saying we're just wasting our time living together?
You are wasting your time going around the circle. You are seeing it every day. It's getting worse. I know the last time I came here, I know the things I said. But today, you can understand from the tone of my voice that I'm no longer interested in what is being done here. The best way is, let's sit down and say, how do we go from here?
Okay, Reverend, I know that.
Who still wants to go on? Who still don't want to go on?
Okay, I know that when we talk about the unity of this country, every president that we know has said is non-negotiable. We must look for a way where we live together, integrate together. Looking at that, with what you have said,
yeah.
We talked about the conference where we all sat. Over 600 resolution came out of there.
Yeah.
We were about over 400 and something. We spent a lot of money.
About the good luck?
Yes, we had lots of money
okay.
being infused into that conference. And I expect, or any other person, we expect that let's take a blueprint. Let's look at what that conference says. Because there is no place in the conference that said we should all go on our separate ways. I didn't see that. But looking at the conference, do you think we can make a difference with that conference in Nigeria right now?
Well, Vera, the truth of the matter is, like I said before, it isn't about what is on paper. After all, we have constitution today. Is the constitution being obeyed? Buhari came in. He gave...
You mean President
INEC,
Buhari?
President Buhari, yeah. He gave INEC chairman for the first time since I started following Nigerian political history. He gave it to his own brother. Let me use that word. He gave the chief of army staff, the police, every paraphernalia of power. He moved it over there. Is that constitutional? Wherein lies the federal character? So you do things with people. Then talking about the confab you are talking about, all these things were done. The way he came, he folded it and threw inside it, into the...
But they have said that they are going to take some of those things in that conference.
It's not about taking some.
I know, I just wanted you to know that they have said they are going to look at the conference and take some of this things. The Vice President also said so.
Remember, you are dealing with people who tell you that the 4 years or 3 years plus they have been in power, that the reason why they have not gotten it right is because of Goodluck Jonathan. Remember, you are dealing with people who, your president went to UK and told the world, global village today, digital information age, that it is people that Gaddafi trained that are killing people in Nigeria. Remember, you are dealing with people Your president went to America and told Donald Trump, America that knows how Buhari takes his bet in the morning. With digital information technology, they know everything. Telling them that Fulani herdsmen are moving around with just sticks, no AK-47, no guns. So these are the kind of people you are dealing with. So how can you take their word to the bank?
So if we don't take their word to the bank, how are we going to move forward?
Becomes, how are you going to move forward?
Because we are looking at achieving true democracy.
You are looking at achieving true democracy.
How do we achieve it?
And I have said that you can't put anything on nothing. You achieve a just system first. You agree first. As I'm talking to you now, over 40 or more % of Nigerians
I'll come back
are
to
no
you.
longer
Let's get this
interested in
caller. Hello,
continuing.
good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Go ahead. You are a bit fast. You are a bit too fast. Yes.
Okay.
Are you getting him?
I'm not getting him. I don't really get it.
I don't know if you have to call us. We were not getting that. I know he said two things. You said, but we didn't get that clear.
Yeah, I know.
Please, you try. Yes,
not clear.
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying here is that we need to sit down. Like I said before, more than 40% of the population of this country are already fed up of continuing to be part of this country. And why not sit down and say, okay, what do we do? What are your grouses? What are the things that are making you to feel that you are no longer part of this country? But nothing like that is being done. Rather, you send down Operation Python Dance to kill and to suffocate some of them in the mud and all that. And right now, we have own misguided brothers, the Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram, are being freed from prisons every now and then and being sent into the army. And the herdsmen are just killing people unchallenged.
Okay, so Reverend, I really
want
us to look at it. You have said that some people feel that they don't want to be part of this system, and the government need to sit down.
Yes.
Remember that those parts of people that feel they don't want to be part of this administration or this government, remember
or this
country, remember that they must have gotten married one way, integrated with other tribes.
Does that really matter?
Wait, let me come. If I'm married to someone that feels it doesn't want to be part of this government, where do I now go to? Where will I fall to? Yes. I think we should begin to look at how can we live together.
There is nothing wrong in you saying, I want to be part of Nigeria, I want to be a Nigerian, I don't want to be, let's say you are coming, like, let me use myself as an example. I am from the southeast region of Nigeria. That makes me a Biafran. And it is left for me to say, okay, I want to be a Biafran. I want to move down to Biafra land and live. Or I choose to remain in Lagos or Abuja and remain a Nigerian. You have the right to serve.
Where is the Biafran land?
Right to serve.
Because I know all lands are Nigeria. Where is the Biafran land? We don't have Biafran land.
The issue is that you don't read history. These people remove history from our history
I've
books.
read history.
So
I read history. But I know Nigeria is one country.
No, there was a country.
No.
There was a country.
You are taking us back to the book. You are taking us back. There was a country.
No, it's even it's a history.
Wait, but I know. But what I'm saying
is, in 14th century, the Portuguese created a.
Are you not a Nigerian?
Called Biafra.
Are you not a Nigerian?
Listen, I can choose to answer
right
whatever
now.
I want to answer.
Let's move forward.
Let's look at restructuring. Now,
Yes.
a lot of people have been clamoring for restructuring. And you also said that the best way we can achieve truth and democracy in Nigeria is restructuring. How do we come together with the report from the confab? How do we come together? How do we bring heads together to ensure that this restructuring we're clamoring for, we're talking about, we can be able to achieve it to attain true democracy in Nigeria?
How do you come together? You come together when you have the right kind of people who believe what you believe, who thinks the way you think, who has the same core values. But when you have a people whose only agenda is to subjugate and enslave you, Islamize you, it will be impossible to come together. Because so many people have been really actually talking about restructuring, but what are we hearing from them, those powers that be? El-Rufai says it is idiotic, it's something that nobody should talk about. Buhari said no, it's a no-go area, nobody should talk about restructuring. And we all now face collective PVC, we all now face how to get democracy right. When things are in tatters, if you can sit down and meditate properly about what this country is all about, you will know that this country is finished.
Okay, I know that some people are so aggrieved because they feel that they are not part, they are not feeling as though they are part of this country. So some people are feeling so bad, and they feel, well, if you look at what you have mentioned, the appointment so far, some people feel really bad concerning what is happening. But before I continue, there is a caller. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yes.
Good morning. I'm Mark. Based on what I'm hearing and your discussion this morning, if you listen to the man of God, he is deciding. This man is making a clear point. Nigeria is suffering a lot of problems that we need God's intervention to settle this issue. If you want to tell ourselves the truth, let's call a spade a spade. The present government is misleading people. Based on what the speech has stated, it's not the right from about. They want to create an innocent people that has nothing to do with it. How can a bloody man carry some action and begin to kill people? And you say we are one. We are not one for Christ alone. If this country can separate, let everybody go on his own. That is what I'm telling you.
Thank you so much.
But I live in Lagos. So if I say, okay, let me go to my state, I can even plan between what we are going to. But because I carry my Bible, I know who Christ is. So that is why I have fight down and say, God, fight this battle.
Okay, thank you. Let's.
Nobody can be able to say anything.
Okay.
Please, let them come up and do something.
Thank you so much. We don't have much time. Let's allow other people make their contribution as well. Well, he has said it. That was the question I was about asking you. Looking at what is happening now, some people feel they've been marginalized, some people feel they've not been carried along, and the rest. It means that some people, some part of the country are not feeling very comfortable. How do you think? That's the question, the answer I want you to help us with. How can we now come together? What do you think our leaders need to do so that this biasment or this anger or this
resentment and what
sentiment will just fade away? What do you think our leaders, our political leaders, our leaders need to do right now? If someone is feeling not very uncomfortable in a country like this, how do you bring us together? What do you think they need to do?
The best thing at this point, because so much water has gone under the bridge, the best thing at this point, the best and the only thing I think is the solution is a referendum.
Okay.
You need to organize a UN supervised referendum to ask, do you want to continue to be in Nigeria or do you want to leave?
And if
Simple
no,
answer. If over 50% said yes, we want to leave, then you do the needful. If less than 50% said no, or yes, we want to stay. You do the needful. Then we start afresh from there. But as long as this issue is not addressed, I listened to a Kenyan television, just like what we have here now, a panel of discussions. And they said, what is the people of the Southeast Nigeria asking for? They said referendum. They said, okay, why not give them this referendum? Why not make this thing happen? Or are we waiting till Nigeria implodes or explodes? Then you start having issues of refugees here and there. Then Africa is already suffering this very...
Are you saying we cannot have someone that can say, hey, or we cannot have a group of persons that can say, oh, okay, because we have had one in 2014, and
referendum is different from
conference. I know we've had one conference and we all came together. If they are not following that, now you are saying we should have a referendum again, and which is going to also cost money. And looking at this,
it's going to be UN supervised, and it's not about money.
No, but
life is more important.
I know. But looking at all of these things,
your generation that is coming
they
are more important.
Okay,
than money
looking at what you're requesting for, don't you think we can have a leader that can bring a lasting solution? Don't you think our leaders can listen to us and bring a lasting solution to all of these challenges?
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening because, like I said before, it is not about a leader. It's just that we... You know, when some people are saying, why Buhari? I was here during the election or before he was elected, and I condemned and I told people, I kind of prophesied what will happen, that Muslims will be killing people in this country, and the Buhari I know will be looking the other way. I said it. But today, I am thanking God that President Buhari is the president of this country today, because he opened the eyes of so many people. So many things we have not known before. They
also killed Muslims. Do you know the recent one? Forget about
killing Muslims. In Muslims, you have Sunnis and you have the Shiites. They are killing the Shiites, not the Sunnis. Buhari belongs to the Sunnis. So when you say Muslims, it's not about... They see Sunni, they see the Shiites the same way they see you. Infidels, useless things. Something that is not supposed to be.
They can't see me as useless. I am not one.
But that's how they see you.
But I'm not one.
But you are not.
That's their own
But you are
way.
not. That's the issue.
For us to achieve true democracy in Nigeria, I strongly believe the peace. We need peace and unity to achieve that.
That is I'm saying. But the necessary this foundation must be there.
Yeah.
But once it's not there, and I'm telling you that so many waters has passed under the bridge, we would have gotten it right probably under good luck when he was there. But with the bitterness, with the kind of divisiveness that this man had introduced, it is impossible, because so many people go to Benue, Taraba, Middle Belt as a whole. You see bitterness, you see discontent, you see hopelessness. And how do you heal these wounds? How do we at the end of the day still come together and start living as one with all these atrocities that is being meted on these people?
Now looking ahead of the 2019 election and looking ahead of the future of Nigeria now, how do you think we can come together? You've said this over and over and over again, maintaining peace and unity in Nigeria for us to become one. How do we achieve this?
I keep telling you this, but it's like you are not getting it. You achieve peace when you have people who are interested in peace. You achieve peace when you have people who sees you as a fellow human being. You achieve peace with people who had the same core value as you have. But when you have people whose agenda is quite different from peace, the so-called peace you are talking about, how do you achieve it?
Okay, I'm going to hold you on there. There's a caller here. Hello, good morning to you. Beautiful, please speak up.
Yeah, I hear you very well. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Musa.
Yeah. I think the main section about whatever view he has. I don't expect somebody to come to the National TV and say all this. It's sectionalized to think it's very politics what he's saying. He said Muslim's life is not important. And they are barely living. Now, if this is true in National TV,
Okay, he never said Muslims' lives are not important. You got that right.
I never said so.
He's here. Maybe he
I
should
never
talk for
said
himself.
so. Musa, I never said so. Everybody's life is important to me. I'm an Igbo man, and we value life more than any other thing. It is people like you that doesn't value life.
I think we need to listen to him. Musa, go ahead.
Allow people that have national interest to be talking national TV. Well, I think that
Selfish interest or national interest.
Musa, I'm allowing you, I allow everybody speak, just like I'm allowing you. So say yours, let everybody also, and that's why we're here. But I will not allow anybody insult the administration or our president. But everybody is free to say their own thoughts.
I agree. But sincerely, Nigeria is a trouble country now. What makes it to be like this is because of people like this that are dangerous.
Okay, thank you. I don't want you to personalize this. And I wouldn't want him, I wouldn't want you, thank you for calling. I would also want him to use the wrong choice of words against you. It's not allowed here. I try to make sure that we keep it right. No, you've said yours, and I think that's okay. Just give us, we're looking for people that will give us solutions, and looking at people that will also tell us what they feel is wrong. So we can all just look at it together and prefer a solution. Yes. Looking
Musa,
at
Bello is talking about national interest, and what we know and understand about national interest today is the interest of the core north. That is interest.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
If he's talking about national interest,
so. National interest is for all of us. We know what.
And how many people have that national interest at heart?
We must begin to
even the president himself, does he have national interest?
I don't know if to you if he doesn't.
The people that policymakers in this country, do they have national interest? You have national interest.
You can prefer a solution.
And my own son, we have 200 points in JAMB, and he will be denied admission into university. And somebody somewhere from Zamfara, we have 40 or less. And he will be admitted into the university.
That's what we need to look at.
And we are talking about national interest.
I don't think that is right. That's what we need to look at.
These are things.
These are the things we want you to say, so that we begin to look at it. But there's a caller here.
We have a call.
Let's get the caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
good morning. Go ahead.
This is the promotion here that I'm following.
Okay.
The man of the city is speaking well. He has been talking. For we to get ourselves right in this country, we need to eradicate all this set of people since 1961. We have many people that can do this thing better than these people. Since all the way from 1960, these people are the set of people running the system of government, which is wrong. We need another complete set of people, and the humility that cover them, we should remove it. So that's my contribution. Please.
Okay, thank you. We need another crop of people that will run this country. Yes.
Well, to some extent, yes, he's right. To some extent. But like I keep saying, so much water has gone under the bridge.
So are you saying there are no amendments? Are you saying there's no way out? Are you saying we cannot repair it?
Yes.
Because you talked about the score, which is very important. You talked about the JAMB score,
yes,
which is very also important.
That's why I'm going.
That's part of what we want you to say here.
Listen, Vera, you are, if somebody is in a wrong relationship or in a abusive marriage, a marriage that is threatening to take away your life, the best thing is maybe a little gap with each other, or come together.
Counseling.
Yes, or even come together to really say, okay, this is my annoyance, this is my, and at the end of the day, if both of them still agree to say, okay, let's continue in this marriage, I think it will be better than just keep managing it, trying to patch up that nothing is wrong while everything is wrong about the marriage. That is where I'm going.
So now let me ask you now, looking at it from you being a media consultant now, what do you think is the role of the press towards achieving true democracy in Nigeria? This sanitizing.
Before you answer that, the role of the press, we have a caller, and it's going to be the last caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Toby.
What I need to do is because when we talk about the camp issue, it really happened to a friend of mine too. I think about it because I said, it is our normal Nigeria. A friend of mine, they wrote an exam for army, and he got a good result. Even though an Hausa man that is copying him, he gave him a good result that when I wanted to kill them, they gave him an iPhone, took it to a good place, and they put him in a local. Is this country going here? Please don't look for.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. I just wish that there will be solutions to all of this. Yes, but we must wrap up now. You asked the last question.
The role of the press towards achieving true democracy in Nigeria.
Talking about press, I'm sorry to say, you are here, you are press people, I'm a media consultant. But from what is going on, Nigerian media has been, I think, they are part of the conspiracy against the Nigerian
Some
masses.
of them, maybe you should use some.
Yeah, some of them.
Because you shouldn't generalize. I am not part of any conspiracy.
Yes, because
but
the
some
issue
of them.
here is that look at what is going on. You look at the papers of today. How many people are really talking about what is going on? Our president visited Trump, and Trump said, "Stop killing Christians." Did that trend? Didn't trend. You didn't find out time to dissect that statement. The whole of America today, Fox News, all mainstream media, they are discussing Nigeria about the killing of Christians here. I'm just using that as an example. But here we are talking about go get your PVC, go vote for this and that. When the country is boiling to the seams. So we need to do the right thing at the right time. In America or in other civilized world, when 10 people or even 5 people are killed or were killed, you see the whole nation in mourning. That will be the topic for the whole TV and radio stations and newspapers. Okay, here nobody is.
Okay, but we need to wrap up. And before we go, I need to let Reverend Innocent Peace knows that in this station we've been talking about the happenings. And
no, I have to commend you.
No, when President visited,
allowing this kind of discussion.
When President visited President Trump, we dissect. We went through each one of those things he talked about. And that is why I keep telling people, you must watch Super Screen Television because we are not biased.
I'm in Abuja.
And so you can hook us on up through YouTube because you are right now you're YouTube live. Okay. You can watch us through our channel, YouTube, our link through the YouTube live. That's a good one. So anywhere you are in the world, you can get through to us.
That's a good one.
Provide your solutions so that the nations can move forward. Thank you, Reverend Peace Innocent, as a media consultant. Thank you for coming on this segment.
You've been doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Keep it up.
Viasatom, up next, it's SuperDawn Sports. We'll be right back.
SuperDawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Super Screen Television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.